Hi everyone. Well, I was just wondering how closely related the Muslim Brotherhood is to the Islamic State and that development, because the Muslim Brotherhood was pretty violent. So it seems like they evolved and morphed into the Islamic State. I'm not an expert in this area, but I guess we should pray for Obama. What else can we do? So this picture here is in August 2009, right after he became president, and he's having a talk with Mubarak, who came to the White House. So they're sitting there, and Obama actually looks very disinterested, and Mubarak looks a bit begging, because I think Obama gave him ultimatums, which he expresses, like, oh, in 2 years we're going to have elections, and Obama shakes his head. Anyway, have a look at this conversation for a second.
The Organization of Islamic States to eradicate polio, something that we've been able to successfully deal with here in the United States, but still has an impact on populations throughout the Muslim communities around the world.
So he's talking about their cooperation with Egypt and the U.S., blah, blah, blah.
So, these are the kinds of partnerships that we want to continue to build. There are some areas where we still have disagreements, and where we do have disagreements, we have a frank and honest exchange. And so I just want to say once again that I'm grateful to President Mubarak for his visit, for his willingness to work with us on these critical issues, and to help advance the interests of peace and prosperity around the world. Thank you very much.
Sure.
Welcome.
Let's keep an eye on that.
Yes, please.
أولا أنا سعيد بلتقي مع الرئيس أوباما للمرة الثالثة. أول مرة التقينا في القاهرة أثناء إلقاء الخطاب في جامعة القاهرة، وكان خطابا قويا جدا وأزال شكوكا كثيرة بالنسبة لأمريكا والعالم الإسلامي.
We'll have her translate that way.
First of all, this is the third time that I meet with President Obama. The first time was in Cairo when he came to give his address. It was a very strong address, and it removed all doubts about the United States and the Muslim world.
Okay, so when he says that Obama came and gave a talk in Cairo, he went to Cairo University and gave a talk, and at that time, Obama reserved the front row seats for the Muslim Brotherhood, and Mubarak, the Muslim Brotherhood, even in Egypt at that time, was really looked down on, and he was shocked. So I think he was sensing something's up. Look at these hands, like, please don't hurt me.
واعتقد ان زياره الرئيس اوباما القاهره الحقيقه محل تقدير العالم الاسلامي، لان العالم الاسلامي كان متوقع ان الولايات المتحده الامريكيه ضد الاسلام. خطاب الرئيس اوباما الحقيقه كان خطابا رائعا ازال هذه الشكوك وبسرعه غريبه جدا.
The importance of the Cairo visit was very appreciated by the Muslim and Islamic world, because the Islamic world had thought that the U.S. was against Islam, but his great, fantastic address there has removed all those doubts.
So, Obama's speech, it removed all doubts about America's support of Islam. And then This was in, let me see, 13.
But back to our Muslim Brotherhood Commander-in-Chief, Barack Obama. On June 4, 2009, Obama gave his so-called Cairo speech in Egypt, where he demanded the front row be reserved for Muslim Brotherhood members, to the consternation of then Egyptian President Hosni Mubarak. The Muslim Brotherhood at the time were outlawed in Egypt because of their extensive ties to terrorism.
So can you believe that? They were outlawed in Egypt at the time because of their links to terrorism, and Obama reserved the front row seats for them at his speech right after he became president in Egypt, in Cairo. Unbelievable.
According to Middle East researcher Tony Cartalucci, beginning in December 2010 and early 2011, the U.S. State Department, collaborating with George Soros-funded human rights groups, orchestrated the so-called Arab Spring throughout the Middle East and North Africa, seeking to topple secular governments and replace them with Islamic dictators.
Well, we know about that, right? And then, let's see, I want to show you this. This was in November 13th, posted November 13th, 2013.
Egyptian lawyers have submitted a complaint to the International Criminal Court charging the President of the United States, Barack Hussein Obama, with crimes against humanity. CBN contributing correspondent Raymond Ibrahim is the first to break the story in the U.S. On his blog page at cbnnews.com, he cites the Egyptian newspaper El Watan, which published the complaint against President Obama. The complaint accused the president with being an accessory to the Muslim Brotherhood, which incited violence across Egypt earlier this year. Ibrahim reports that the complaint mentions Obama and several Brotherhood members in name. It adds, quote, Obama cooperated, incited, and assisted the armed elements of the Muslim Brotherhood in the commission of crimes against humanity in the Arab Republic of Egypt. CBN News contributor Raymond Ibrahim joins us now by Skype. Raymond, the complaint says the president incited and assisted the Muslim Brotherhood in its crimes. In what way did he do this?
Primarily, the accusation is made that he did it by his funding them monetarily, including with billions of dollars. And in fact, since this time, the plot is thickening, and we can talk about that later, but now there's even information that there's recordings of Morsi talking with Al-Qaeda, and somehow all this is involved with the U.S. and so forth. But back to this particular point, the Al-Qaeda thing is still developing. The main complaint is that he's an accessory in that he, by supporting a brotherhood, he is supporting whatever they do. And so he gave a lot of money to them, which enabled them. Most people don't know that it's not so much that people love the Muslim Brotherhood in Egypt, but rather the Muslim Brotherhood pays and buys people off, including thugs who go around burning churches, who go around terrorizing, just people like that who will do it just for pay. And so you can see how this money being funneled really through the Obama administration to the Muslim Brotherhood is ultimately manifesting itself in all these crimes against humanity that the Muslim Brotherhood committed in recent months.
So, did you know this, that Obama was being taken to court? Well, I want to show you this. Here is the crimes against humanity. So this Article 7.1 of the Statute of the International Criminal Court, titled Crimes Against Humanity, which is reproduced below, Article 7. Crime against humanity means any of the following acts when committed as part of a widespread or systematic attack directed against any civil population with knowledge of the attack. Murder, extermination, enslavement, deportation or forcible transfer of population, imprisonment, or other severe deprivation of physical liberty in violation of fundamental rules of international law. Is this international law holding up? Torture. This is against international law. Rape, sexual slavery, enforced prostitution, forced pregnancy, enforced sterilization, or any other form of sexual violence of comparable gravity. Persecution against any identifiable group or collectivity on political, racial, national, ethnic, cultural, religious, gender as defined in paragraph 3, or other grounds that are universally recognized as impermissible under international law. These laws are being broken all the time. No one abides by these laws. In connection with any act referred to this paragraph or any crime within the jurisdiction of the court. What is the jurisdiction of the court? Enforced disappearance of persons, the crime of apartheid, other inhumane acts of similar character, intentionally causing great suffering or serious injury to body or to mental or physical health. They're all guilty. This is happening all the time. Okay, now about the money. Look. No. The president is not giving $1.5 billion to the Muslim Brotherhood. So this article here takes a different angle. They say, they go down here and describe how the money doesn't go to the Muslim Brotherhood directly. It goes to the U.S. defense contractors who have ongoing contracts to supply the Egyptian military. Okay, that's one way to look at it. But anyway, here is Obama's speech after Mubarak stepped down. So can you imagine, this is in February 11th, 2011. So Obama first met with Mubarak in 2009. Next thing you know, February, he's out. Here's the speech, or his comment.
To witness history taking place. This is one of those moments. This is one of those times. The people of Egypt have spoken, their voices have been heard, and Egypt will never be the same. By stepping down, President Mubarak responded to the Egyptian people's hunger for change. But this is not the end of Egypt's transition. It's a beginning. I'm sure there will be difficult days ahead, and many questions remain unanswered.
You can say that again. And then who comes in? Morsi. And I have seen a really interesting video a while ago about the news anchors, newscasters, people on the news in Egypt who walked off to protest the Muslim Brotherhood. And it's a really great video. I couldn't find it again though. Anyway, couple last things for you.
Story, more than 500 members of the Muslim Brotherhood have been sentenced to death by a court in Egypt. All of them are supporters of the former President Mohamed Morsi, who was democratically elected in 2012 but deposed in a military coup just a year later. Let's cross live now to Beltran.
So, yeah, Morsi. Only democratically elected, and 1 year later he's out for totally going radical Muslim Brotherhood. That, did Obama want that? Well, look who supports. This guy is asked who supported the Muslim Brotherhood. Have a listen.
National democratic, it's a beginning democracy. It's not a well-established democracy. It was a mistake. People began to feel it was a mistake. Even those who elected him are turning against him. There is a fall of political Islam all over the Middle East that had been supported by the United States. Remember who is supporting political Islam? It is Obama, it is Qatar, it is Turkey. So that shows you that political Islam was a tool of American imperialism in the area to divide Arab countries, to divide, spread chaos in those countries. This is what they call creative chaos, which we have witnessed in Libya, in Syria, and other Arab countries.
A tool of American imperialism. Oh dear. So, is the Islamic State a development, a morphing of the Muslim Brotherhood gone wrong? Or is this what they want? Lastly, Obama unveils his secret agenda.
My first term, we ended the war in Iraq. In my second term, I will win the war on Christmas.
So funny, he will win the war on Christmas. What does that mean? Well, anyway, thanks for watching this little history review. God bless the president. Bye for now, and God bless you.